Alright guys, I'm back with my review of American Horror Story Asylum Episode 12, Continuum. And I can't even remember when this show ended. I think it was early January, so I know I'm really late with this video, but I'm glad I'm finally getting both of these episodes. The review's up tonight. I have my Red Bull here. It is 3:40 in the morning, but I'm going to do a whole bunch of videos. I got SmackDown, Ring of Honor, all that stuff. So let's light this candle. Kit's living with both Grace and Alma, and he's sitting next to a dead body, and it's implied that he's killed someone. And then it cuts back, and we see them living together as a family. It was kind of strange. Grace is drawing these pictures of aliens, and Alma's cooking dinner for the kids or something. I can't really remember. And Alma is afraid that Grace is becoming obsessed with these damn aliens because she wants to forget the whole thing ever happened. And instead of forgetting about it and moving on, she feels that Grace is living in the past, which to Alma was horrible. She hated the experiments. But Grace actually thinks in some weird way the aliens helped them. So she starts talking to Alma about this, and Alma slaps her. And the aliens actually do come back to warn them, I guess, when these people try to burn their house down. Kit calls the police, but of course the police don't help him. He's got 2 wives, one of them's black, so he can't get any help from the cops. And Grace goes to talk to Kit, and she tells him that the aliens are actually a positive influence on them. And instead of locking the doors and shutting them out, they should embrace the future. And as she's telling Kit this, Alma shows up with an axe and just attacks her, and she kills Grace. I was pretty shocked by this. By the time this happened, I actually forgot about the opening scene where Kit was sitting next to a body. So when this happened, I was like, holy shit, Alma's the one who killed Grace. And her reasoning is she thinks Grace was trying to bring the aliens back, and she couldn't let that happen again. So that explains the opening scene, and then it cuts to 1968. Sister Jude is still in Briarcliff. Man, this is so sad. And she's playing Candyland with Pepper. I actually wrote here, I guess Lena didn't know Pepper returned, but it's explained later. And the head priest is leaving Briarcliff. He tells Sister Jude that he will have her relocated. So, Briarcliff now belongs to the state. And what they're going to do with it is fill it with prisoners they have no room for. So they're going to put hardened criminals into this place with mentally ill patients, which is always a great idea. So this new group shows up, these women, and they have this leader who's like the badass. She wants to take over Briarcliff. She wants to steal the patient's medication. And she wants to recruit Sister Jude into her little gang. And Sister Jude sees this woman, and she instantly freaks out because the woman is the angel of death. Which actually reminds me, this is kind of strange now that I think about it, because Grace, the way Grace died, getting killed by Alma, is really sad after everything she went through. She had already died and was brought back to life by the aliens. But I'm pretty sure that when Grace died the first time, she was kissed by the angel of death, right? So this means that in this universe, the aliens are more powerful than the angel of death because they were able to bring her back to life. That just seems kind of strange to me. But Sister Jude sees this woman, and she sees her as the angel of death, and she ends up sharing a room with her. And in the common room, we see this prisoner who's trying to take over Briarcliff, and she stabs a patient for not giving her his medication, which I actually thought was a pretty disturbing scene. And later that night, she's trying to recruit Sister Jude. She thinks Sister Jude's just acting crazy because she doesn't want to join the gang. And Sister Jude goes to sleep, and she sees the angel of death, and she attacks the inmate. And when the orderlies show up, of course we find out that it's not really the angel of death. It's just Sister Jude losing her mind because she's been in there forever. She's had the high voltage shock treatments, medication, who knows what else they did to Sister Jude. So she's really just losing her mind. And she goes to see the woman in charge of Briarcliff, and she asks to speak to the head priest. And the woman tells her that he left 2 years ago after Briarcliff was donated to the state. So Sister Jude's freaking out. She's like, I just talked to him the other day. You can ask Pepper. And the woman says Pepper died shortly after the state took over Briarcliff. So now Sister Jude's like really just losing her mind. And then it cuts to 1969. And Lena Winters is at a book signing, and she's reading some of her book, and she's made some stuff up. Some stuff up about Dr. Thredson, and she never mentioned her girlfriend. So she starts to imagine them in the audience, and this kind of freaks her out, and she has a breakdown moment. And then Kit shows up. And he goes to get coffee with Lena Winters, and all she does is want to talk about herself. That's all she cares about. And he's kind of pissed off at her that all she cares about is fame when she promised him she was going to shut down Briarcliff. So Kit's wanting her to keep her word and go back and shut them down. And he says Alma was sent to Briarcliff and she died there, but he saw Sister Jude. And Lena promised Sister Jude she would get her out of Briarcliff, but now that she has fame and everything, she doesn't want to go back and risk it, even if Sister Jude is still alive. So Kit's kind of pissed off about this. And then we see the future with Johnny Thredson. And he goes to this bookstore to get an autographed copy of Lena Winters' book, his mom's book. And the lady there, this old woman, she doesn't want to sell it, but she agrees to show him the book. And he looks at it, and the lady says, okay, you should leave now. And he tells her that Lena Winters is his mother, and he needs this book so that he can kill her. And the lady just stares at him, and he takes the book. And I thought this scene was awesome. This was a great way to end the episode. So that's everything that happened. I really think that this was a really strange one. And at first I was like, what the hell was the purpose of all of this? But looking back on it, it does make sense because the intro explained Alma and why she killed Grace, which was still kind of random, but whatever. So Alma kills Grace, which explains her going to Briarcliff, which is how Kit saw Sister Jude again. So, I mean, he would have no reason to go back if it wasn't for Alma being locked up, so I got that. But my favorite scene was definitely Johnny Thredson going to the bookstore and telling the lady that he needs this book in order to kill Lena Winters. Because at first the lady didn't believe him. She's like, yeah, that's your mother, right. Then how come you're not mentioned in the book? So, I don't know. I just thought it added a lot more to his character. But anyways, that's my review of Episode 12, Continuum of American Horror Story Asylum. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this episode if you care to and you remember the episode. It's been a while now, but yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Bye.